Hi guys, I haven't made a video for my channel in a while, but something is laying on my heart tonight. There's a lot of people out here who suffer from anxiety, and they're always, everyone's always looking for an escape from anxiety or a cure or a pill or something that can take the agony of anxiety away from them and make them feel better or make them be able to face certain situations or whatever. But you would think there's a magic cure or a magic pill you can take or a magic potion or anything. And I don't judge because I suffer from anxiety myself. And I've struggled through benzos and benzo withdrawal and being harmed by it to the point now that I don't trust any doctors or anything like that, or even trust taking a ibuprofen or a Benadryl. But I promise you that um, always do your research for any medicine that you take. I know it's hell to live with anxiety. I know the pain of the thoughts, the ruminations, the agony of it, not being able to go and hang out with friends, being scared to leave your house, different things, like even just being in your house and just having anxiety about, say, the COVID-19 virus, or the fears that anxiety can cause, and they're paralyzing. They're paralyzing, to say the least. And oftentimes I wonder why I decide to still stick around, but because I'm now facing almost 2 months. I mean, two years off, tapering and everything, and I stay for my family, for my daughter and my husband. Um, I'm a lot better than I was than when I first jumped, but there's still so many things that I'll probably never get back. There's so much emotions that I just stuff down and hide. Because the anxiety comes for me like a demon, basically, or something like that I can't get away from. It's always there. It's always messing with me. And although I'm better and I try to stay positive, it's still there in my rearview mirror. Anxiety is something kind of like you have to accept it because there is nothing that's going to get rid of it. You kind of have to make friends with it. It's like a beast that you have to make friends with. I try to read self-help books or do whatever you can to overcome it, or do like meditation. I use the Calm app to try to face it. Sometimes I'm having a bad day, I'll just turn the lights down and put on the Calm app or some meditation that'll make my thoughts of anxiety go away. Even taking a hot Epsom salt bath, just anything natural, like with lavender, so that way I can get to sleep at night. My daughter, she has started this new thing since I had jumped with putting ice packs under my pillow, and it sounds weird, but it helps me sleep, and it's kind of like a distraction or a restart, and it's like a cold feeling um, on my head because I lay my head on them to go to sleep. And to be honest with you, we still do that to this day. She still kind enough. She always makes sure I have an ice pack up under my head, and she also gives me one to lay on my face, and it just distracts me. And then I tell myself tomorrow will be a better day. Well, I go to sleep and I wake up, and it's not always a better day. Every day is not going to be. It's not going to be good, but there is good in every day. And we may not be able to be superheroes and face everything that we need to face with constant bravery, but every day that you wake up, that's a victory. You understand? Every day that you're alive and breathing and you don't let anxiety take over you, that's a victory. But the main thing is, I want people out here to know that there is people out here struggling to get off the medication that they've been placed on by doctors, who even the doctors don't really know how to take them off. And they recently, basically increased the black box warning on these drugs because they're not safe. Big Pharma, their job isn't to create a cure for you or to make your pain go away exactly. They have a goal, and their goal is profit. And I will never, ever, ever, as long as I live, I mean, sometimes I'll never go back to medicine. I often think, well, I could just go back on the medicine, right? Because I'm in such agony that maybe that'll be the answer, or that'll help me. But that's not the answer. Benzodiazepines are a temporary solution. They should really, in my opinion, this is only my opinion, be used for surgery. And they're supposed to be prescribed for a max time of 2 to 4 weeks. No longer. So it's a band-aid. And everyone experiences anxiety in different ways, and there's different levels of hell of it. Any way you look at it, it's hell. But I don't know. I don't know what my point is here, really. My point is I just don't want anyone to have to go through what I went through and what I'm still going through by taking a medication that's going to do more harm than good. And I've said it before. If your medication has a support group, that's a good indication that, or say if a doctor wants to prescribe you a medicine and it has a support group online, that's a good indication that you don't need to take that drug. Antidepressants are the same. I never talk about antidepressants, but I've been on antidepressants before. And they need to be safely tapered, and it's hard to taper antidepressants. And I'm not judging anybody. I mean, if you need to be on medication, do so. But just please know that there is dangers associated with it, and the withdrawal can be worse than a heroin withdrawal. Or from withdrawing from heroin. And some of the dangers or the stuff that the problems that it causes can be irreversible, because it's essentially causing you brain damage by shutting down all the GABA in your brain. And I don't want anyone out here who's been following me to lose hope, because like I said, yeah, I'm a lot better. Like the akathisia that I had that lasted for over a year, that I didn't think I was gonna make it out of, it went away. And I don't have it anymore, but I'm still left with the anxiety. But guess what, guys? The anxiety I'm left with is the same damn anxiety that I went and begged. I would go in the doctors at the beginning and I would beg them, please put me on a benzo or something for my anxiety, please. Because I can't manage. I can't go out in public. I can't be around people. I have so much anxiety, it's consuming me. This is a magic pill. It's going to fix me. And every time I went, they would say no, 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 no. That they're not going to do it. I kept begging, and finally, be careful what you wish for, because they gave it to me. And less than 3 months later, my world was flipped upside down. Thought I was going to die. I couldn't figure out that it was the benzos, but I finally figured it out. But it's the same anxiety that I've had since I was 11. That same anxiety is here, it's back, and it's not going anywhere. So I must be the superwoman that I am, and just, no matter how hard it is, just face it. I must face it in the best way I know the best way that I can. And sometimes I don't face it at all. I can't. And on them days, I lean on people who care about me. And they tell me that it's going to be okay. And it's going to be okay for each and every one of you. It's going to be okay, okay? We're going to make it through this. Life may not be the easiest, and we may have a harder path than others. But please, don't think that medication is the answer. Because if you can help it, please stay away. Because there's people that have been put on this medicine long term, and some of them never get the chance. They never get the chance to get off. Or some of them that just end up losing their life and they're not even put on it for that long, but just from the agony that it causes them. And I just want to come on here and say I don't judge anyone, but just please, and if you're currently on a benzodiazepine, just know you cannot just stop it abruptly. That's what I did. That would be called a cold turkey. You have to taper off safely. And of course, I am not a doctor, so I can't give tapering advice, but some of my videos on how I came off are up if you need, a little bit of tips or a little bit of help. And hopefully what I say helps somebody. Thanks for listening. Much love.